Scenario planning. Step 5. Strategic responses. Strategic responses are the actions taken to capitalize on opportunities and address challenges. They can include anything, such as innovations, initiatives, or other practical and feasible steps. Before formulating any responses, start by asking yourself or your team some key questions. What could we do? The actions must be realistic and make sense based on available resources. You also need to ask, do we have support from stakeholders? And what will be the outcome of this action? Once those questions are answered, move to the second-level question. What should we do? We might identify several doable actions, but are they supported by others? An action may seem easy, but it will become a problem if we lack stakeholder support. The process doesn't stop here. We still need to ask the third-level question, what must we do? This scenario may compel us to take a certain action, but we need to identify what we should avoid or how we can mitigate the action's negative aspects. On the other hand, we must also identify what we must not do, actions we need to avoid at all costs. This is the opposite side of the previous question, focused on limiting negative exposure. The answers derived from these questions can serve as strategic initiatives or innovations for each scenario. Not every scenario, however, requires an innovation. Keep in mind that not all generated initiatives or innovations will be viable. Some will be ridiculous, for example, making a plan to create another plan. A useless recommendation is simply to maintain the current condition. If our goal is to stay here and go nowhere, we don't need scenario planning in the first place. For certain scenarios, we need to ask deeper, more probing questions before an action can be accepted. Don't hesitate to revise an action to make it more specific. Another method for developing actions is to pair issues with solutions or responses. Categorize each issue as either an opportunity or a challenge, and then develop a targeted response. Once a response is chosen, we need to clearly define who is responsible, when it has to be delivered, the necessary milestones, and the required resources, like financial, manpower, skills, and so on. This concludes our section on strategic responses. We'll continue the process in another video. Please subscribe if you find this video useful. See you next time.